We're going to try to get an early head start this morning, so I'm making coffee. After the first episode, we had so many great suggestions on where to go next. So we put them all into the wheel of names, and we're going to let that determine where we go today. Welcome to Backroads and Brushstrokes, where the road leads the way. We're off to start our day in Craftsbury. It's an absolutely beautiful morning, a little on the cold side, but beautiful nonetheless. This is still one of my favorite views, coming off Lowell Mountain with the valley and the village of Irisburg off in the distance. We got an early head start this morning, and we're making our way through Irisburg, which is especially peaceful this morning. But we're on our way to Craftsbury and do a little early morning wandering, and we're going to turn off Route 14 and take a back road to get there, and we'll see what we can find this morning. Coming into Craftsbury Common just as the sun's starting to rise, and we're gonna take a quick stroll around the common here. Craftsbury began as a frontier town. Chartered in 1781, it was first called Minden, back when this part of Vermont was still being settled. A few years later, the town was renamed Craftsbury after Ebenezer Crafts, the first settler in the area. He helped establish early mills and infrastructure that made it possible for families to stay and build lives here. By the early 1800s, life centered around Craftsbury Common. It became a gathering place for farming, trade, and community, and for a long time it served as a regional center for county courts. But as water power became more important, activity shifted toward Mill Village and Craftsbury Village along the Black River. By the 1830s, Scottish immigrants settled in East Craftsbury, bringing their traditions and businesses with them, including the town's first general store. For much of the 19th century, Craftsbury thrived on farming and industry. Then the railroad changed everything. Cheaper goods came in, local mills closed, and many people moved on. But Craftsbury endured. Today the town is known for his historic common, working farmland, and outdoor culture, especially at the Craftsbury Outdoor Center. It's a place shaped by change, but grounded in the same steady rhythm it's been known for. Leaving Craftsbury Common and just heading a couple miles south, down the road is Craftsbury Village. Craftsbury Village developed along the Black River, where steady water power made it a natural place for industry. Sawmills, grist mills, and woolen mills lined the riverbanks, turning raw materials from surrounding farms and forests into finished goods. As these mills grew, so did the village. Homes, shops, and businesses followed the work. For much of the 19th century, this was the working center of Craftsbury. While the common served as a civic and gathering place, the village was shaped by daily labor and production. Even after the mills declined, the village retained its practical layout and quiet resilience, a reminder of the river's role in building the town. As we leave Craftsbury, we're heading towards Greensboro. We're going to try to find some back roads between here and there. We're on the East Craftsbury Road, and although it's not a dirt road, it has a very much feel of a back road. Coming into East Craftsbury, which was developed as a small rural village shaped by farming, forests, and local roads, set apart from the town center, it served everyday life tied closely to the land. That quiet, practical character still lingers here today. Turned onto the Circus Road, which looks very much like a back road that we like to wander on. So let's see where this goes. The road turned into a section of the Bailey-Hazen Road. The Bailey-Hazen Road traces its origins to the late 1700s, when northern Vermont was still a remote frontier. Built during the Revolutionary War, the road was intended to move troops and supplies from southern New England toward Canada. It was named for Generals Jacob Bailey and Moses Hazen, who oversaw different sections of its construction. But the road was never fully completed as planned. What remained instead became something else, a rough, enduring route used by settlers, farmers, and travelers pushing north into the interior of Vermont. In places like Greensboro, the Bailey-Hazen Road slipped quietly into daily life. It connected farms, villages, and wooded hills, carrying wagons, livestock, and generations of local traffic rather than armies. Today the road feels less like a military route and more like a memory, winding, uneven, and patient. It's a reminder that some roads outlive their original purpose and end up shaping a place simply by staying. Coming off the Bailey-Hazen Road, beautiful views of Caspian Lake, the sun rising. Caspian Lake sits quietly beside Greensboro, long serving as both a resource and a retreat. Once used for fishing and ice harvesting, it later became a summer refuge for visitors drawn to its clear water and calm setting. Even today the lake feels unhurried, a steady presence reflecting the land, the seasons, and the slower pace of life around it. As we came off the Bailey-Hazen Road, we found this historical marker for the Hinman Settler Road, which apparently started right here as well. And it got me thinking about my ancestors on my mom's side that came from the Elmore area and settled up in the Charleston area. The Hinman Settler Road follows one of the earliest paths into northern Vermont. Long before modern roads, settlers used this rough route to move people, supplies, and hope through dense forests and difficult terrain. Its intersection here with the Bailey-Hazen Road became an important crossroads, linking early settlement routes and shaping how this region was first traveled and connected. Today it feels quiet and unassuming, but it carries the memory of hard travel, determination, and slow work of settling a new place. We're gonna head into the town of Greensboro. It's still early, so it should be quiet in the town. Greensboro was chartered in the late 1700s, when this part of Vermont was still a quiet frontier. Early settlers were drawn by fertile land and access to water, building farms, mills, and a small village centered around community and self-reliance. Over time, Greensboro became known for its strong sense of place, shaped by agriculture, craftsmanship, and a deep connection to the surrounding landscape. Today, Greensboro is known for its arts community, local food, and quiet beauty of Caspian Lake. It remains a place where creativity and rural life meet, where the pace still follows the land rather than the clock. We decided to head and turn back towards Craftsbury because there are so many back roads that we missed. So here we go. Wandering around the back roads of Craftsbury and Greensboro, the views are absolutely breathtaking. Rolling hills, mountains in the background, open fields, snow-covered roads. Here are some photos that Nicole has captured so far today. This is a theme, but growing up maybe 20 miles from Craftsbury, you'd think that I would have been on all these back roads, but we're finding many back roads that I had never been on before. This road is called Rocking Rock Road. It's a beautiful back road, sun coming through the trees, Rocking Rock Farm, looking off in the distance, beautiful hillside. You can actually see Jay Peak way off in the distance there. We just love these quiet back roads. Wandering the quiet back roads. As we travel around the back roads this morning of Craftsbury, Greensboro, Albany, even a little bit of Glover, we just had time to just reflect about our channel. This is our third episode, and we want to improve each episode a little bit each time. And we try to thinking about the goal of our channel and what we want to accomplish. And we both love travel. We both love wandering the back roads. I love telling the stories of historic places and the places we find on the back roads. Nicole is visual, so she loves photographing it, taking pictures, and then finding something inspiring to paint that we try to do for each episode. And we
want you to come along with us on our journey. That's kind of the goal of the channel. And when we wander, we want you to feel like you're wandering with us. When we discover something, we want you to feel like that you discover it with us. And when we find something, or Nicole finds something that she's inspired to paint, we want you to be there right with us when we discover that. So I hope you'll continue to follow us and join us on our channel, this new endeavor for us. And if you have suggestions or things that we can do to improve, we'd love to hear them. What a beautiful day it is to wander around the back roads of northern Vermont. We took a couple turns and ended up back on the creek road, and we're going to turn here on Chamberlain Hill Road, I believe. Fields are just beautiful with a fresh blanket of snow. And the way the sun glistens off the fields, so beautiful. The beautiful old barn. We just turned down a road called Page Pond Road, so let's see where that takes us. We just turned down Lost Nation Road. I think that's where the Craftsbury Outdoor Center is, so let's check it out. Well, it looks like a busy day here. Of course, it is a beautiful sunny day, 21 degrees. What a great day to be out skiing. Yeah, this place is packed today. Look at that. So the road led us back here to Craftsbury Common, and we got out and we're just going for a walk, just enjoying the beautiful sunny day. But just what a beautiful place this is. And it just made me reflect and wonder what it was like back in the 1800s when there was no vehicles, and this was the center of town, so people came here to for church, for school, came just as a place of gathering. I can kind of imagine out in the common there, people getting together for picnics, Kids, even in the winter, playing in the snow, making snowmen, snow angels. You want to make a snow angel? Just a beautiful spot here.
A beautiful house like here.
Well, that was a fun little stop, even though it was the second time we were there today, but it was a lot warmer this time and the sun was out, so it was nice to walk around for a little bit. Well, we're heading back out of Craftsbury, and we're still in search of the place that Nicole was going to paint for this episode. So we've seen a lot of neat places, a lot of beautiful views, but she just hasn't found that perfect spot yet. So we're gonna keep on searching. We crossed Route 14 and we're on West Hill Road. So let's see where that takes us.
This was a beautiful drive where West Hill Road turned into Town Hill Road, and we ended up back on Route 15 heading into Wolcott. Wolcott was chartered in the late 1700s during a time when northern Vermont was still being shaped by settlement and hard work. Early residents were drawn by fertile land and reliable water sources, building farms, sawmills, and small industries that supported everyday life. Agriculture became the backbone of the town, with dairy farming in particular shaping the landscape and the economy for generations. Though Wolcott never grew large, it developed a steady, self-reliant character, one rooted in land, labor, and community. Today its rolling hills and quiet roads and working farms reflect that long history, carrying forward a way of life that has changed slowly and deliberately over time. We turned onto School Street and we came across the bridge that went across the Lamoille River that carried the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail. The Lamoille Valley Rail Trail follows a corridor first carved by steel and steam in the late 1800s. Built as a working railroad, it connected farms, forests, and mill towns across northern Vermont, carrying lumber, dairy, mail, and people through the Lamoille Valley. As rail traffic faded in the 20th century, the tracks went quiet, but the route remained. Today, the rail trail preserves that long, gentle passage through fields, villages, and river bends where trains once moved commerce. People now move at their own pace, walking, biking, skiing, still following that same path that once tied these communities together. We've been following the East Elmore Road, and now we're turning on Simon's Mill Road, and we'll see where this takes us. As we came down the hill, Mount Elmore came into view. Mount Elmore rises quietly above the surrounding valley, long serving as a natural landmark for those who lived and traveled nearby. For early settlers, the mountain was a point of orientation, a steady presence that helped define the land and the limits of everyday travel. Its forested slopes provided timber and resources, while its height offered a sense of protection and permanence in an otherwise demanding landscape. Over time, Mount Elmore became less about survival and more about perspective. Trails and lookouts invited people upward, not out of necessity, but for the view. Today the mountain stands as it always has, watching over the town below, offering a reminder of the enduring relationship between the land and those who moved through it. We turned down the boat access road to Lake Elmore, where the parking lot was full of people out on the lake enjoying ice fishing. Lake Elmore has long been a quiet center of life for the town that surrounds it. Early settlers were drawn to the lake for its water, fertile nearby land, and natural beauty, using it for fishing, ice harvesting, and everyday work tied to the seasons. The lake also served as a gathering place, both practical and social, in an otherwise rugged landscape. Over time, Lake Elmore became known as a place of rest and retreat. Summer cottages and visitors arrived, drawn by the clear water and the steady presence of Mount Elmore rising above it. Today the lake remains, much as it always has been, a calm, reflective anchor for the town, shaped by history but defined by its quiet continuity. We turned onto Elmore Mountain Road and still searching for that special spot, but we both feel like we're close. But we pulled over, and immediately Nicole knew this was the place. We're on Elmore Mountain Road, overlooking a beautiful valley with Mount Mansfield and the ridgeline behind it. While Nicole gets started painting, here's a little information on Mount Mansfield. It's the highest peak in Vermont, rising above the Green Mountains like a familiar silhouette on the horizon. Long before roads and towns, the mountain served as a natural landmark, its ridgeline guiding travelers and shaping how people understood the land around them. Its distinctive profile, said to resemble a human face, gave the mountain both its name and its sense of identity rooted in observation and story. For early settlers, Mount Mansfield marked weather, seasons, and distance. Its forests provided timber, and its height offered orientation in a landscape that was still being mapped. Over time, the mountain became a place of exploration rather than survival, drawing hikers, skiers, and visitors seeking perspective rather than passage. Today, Mount Mansfield remains a defining presence in Vermont, not just for its height, but for the way it anchors the surrounding valleys. It stands as a reminder that some features of the landscape outlast every road, quietly shaping life below simply by being there. Before the painting reveal, here's some more photos from our day. And a quick shout out to Black Cap Coffee in Morrisville. We had a delicious Vermonter and tuxedo lattes. Well, here's the final painting and giveaway details. I think Nicole did an amazing job capturing that moment that we came around the corner and saw this view. The first 2 episodes we've given away the painting by a drawing, which has been fun, but a random giveaway just doesn't seem like our channel, where we want to be purposeful. For Nicole, these paintings aren't souvenirs. They're about capturing a moment and learning from the landscape. When she paints somewhere like this, she's always thinking about who this might belong with, who has a connection with the road, this view, or the town in a deeper way. So instead of offering the painting through a random drawing this time, the hope is to let the place decide. If you live here, or if this place is part of your story, past or present, we'd love to hear why. Leave a comment or reach out. Every story will be read. This painting is looking for not just a home, but the right home.
That's going to be a wrap for today. So today we wandered Craftsbury, Albany, Greensboro, Wolcott, Elmore, and ended up in Morrisville. And we discovered some beautiful, quiet back roads, some rolling meadows, some majestic mountain views, and a new coffee shop. Nicole liked their coffee. And this week, Nicole's gonna paint this week. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. That's Backroads and Brushstrokes.